Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, authorities are investigating a fatal fire in China. Officials say it started this morning around 10 o'clock at a home located at 93 Dutton Road.
They say the remains of a person they believe to be the homeowner, 53-year-old David Buchanan, were discovered and transported to the office of the chief medical examiner in Augusta for an official identification. The Maine Department of Public Safety said through a spokesperson that investigators remained at the location for the rest of the day to process the scene, but they have no reason to suspect foul play at this time.
A Hancock County grand jury has indicted a 20-year-old man for the death of 4 people that were involved in a car crash in Castine back in December 2022. An investigation by Maine State Police determined 20-year-old Joshua Gonsalves Radding of North Babylon, New York, was driving a 2013 Range Rover on Route 166 in Castine when it left the road and hit a tree, bursting into flames. All of the occupants were identified as Maine Maritime Academy students. 4 of them were killed and 3 others injured. State police investigators determined that speed and alcohol were factors in the crash. Gonsalves Radding has been charged with 4 counts of manslaughter, 5 counts of aggravated OUI, 2 counts of reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, as well as 3 counts of driving to endanger and 1 count each of criminal speed, forgery, and unlawful use of a license.
Well, access to the most commonly used method of abortion in the U.S. plunged into uncertainty today following conflicting court rulings over the legality of the abortion medication mifepristone that has been widely available for more than 20 years. U.S. District Judge Matthew Kacsmaryk ordered a hold on federal approval of the drug in a decision that overruled decades of scientific approval. But that decision came as U.S. District Judge Thomas O. Rice essentially ordered the opposite and directed U.S. authorities not to make any changes that would restrict access to the drug in at least 17 states where Democrats sued in an effort to protect its availability. Governor Mills spoke out on the decision tonight, saying in a statement, quote, "The reckless decision ignores basic science and facts and is yet another sad assault on the rights of women." Mifepristone has been safely used since its approval more than 2 decades ago and is especially vital to ensuring that women in rural areas have access to abortion care. Abortion remains safe and legal in Maine, and I will continue to defend access to reproductive health care with all I have for Maine people, end quote. According to Mills's office, Judge Kacsmaryk has delayed the effective date of his decision for a week to allow the federal government time to appeal the ruling, and there is other litigation that could affect this decision. His decision would effectively ban the prescribing or use of the medication used in half of all abortion procedures nationwide. And again, at this time, though, the use of mifepristone and abortion medication is still legal in Maine.
In other news, police say a roadside stop led to an arrest for drugs and gun possession early this morning in Greenville. Greenville officers located approximately 16 grams of methamphetamine, 3 grams of heroin or fentanyl, and a loaded .22 caliber handgun in the vehicle. An investigation revealed evidence that would lead to the arrest of 45-year-old Justin McIver of Greenville. He's charged with operating without a license, as well as possession and aggravated trafficking of scheduled drugs.
And a Vinyl Haven man pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court in Bangor today to being a felon in possession of a firearm. The Department of Justice says court records showed that in June of 2022, investigators arrested an individual on a federal warrant at the Fairfield Inn in Bangor, and when that person asked to retrieve money from his hotel room, agents brought him there and then discovered 56-year-old John Dinius also in the room. Records show officers discovered a magazine for a gun on the bathroom counter and a bag containing a loaded .45 caliber pistol and .38 caliber revolver. Dinius admitted to hiding the bag since a 2004 conviction in Massachusetts banned him from possessing a firearm. Dinius faces up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000.
A Waterville man accused of planning a terror attack on a Chicago mosque has entered a guilty plea after reaching an agreement with prosecutors. 20-year-old Xavier Pelkey is accused of conspiring with others to attack the mosque and building explosive devices to carry out that attack. Pelkey admitted to plotting with other teens online who wanted to attack the mosque in the name of ISIS. 3 bombs were found in his apartment along with other evidence. Pelkey pleaded guilty this morning in Bangor to conspiring to provide material support to terrorists and now faces up to 15 years in prison along with a fine of up to $250,000.
Well, switching gears now, Partners for Peace is gearing up for their 50th anniversary by announcing a collective story project. The Domestic Violence Resource Center for Penobscot and Piscataquis counties is asking that anyone affected by domestic abuse submit their personal stories in hopes of inspiring others who are grappling with the same issues. The goal is first to collect 50 stories to represent 50 years of serving the community and then host a virtual gallery in October highlighting those submissions.
We've heard from people with experience with domestic violence that being able to share their story, even if it is anonymously, even if it's bits and pieces of their story or through artwork and expression, it's just incredibly liberating and healing.
Partners for Peace offers a 24-hour helpline and works to connect people to financial and housing assistance. Anyone interested in sharing their story can call 1-800-864-9909.
The city of Bangor recently announced the cleanup of a long-standing homeless encampment along Valley Avenue. It's part of an effort to reduce homelessness by providing rapid housing resources. AJ Douglas talked to a few folks who reside there who say the 7-day notice puts them in a state of fear.
Imagine being told you have to leave the place you call home in the matter of 1 week. Well, that is the reality for the unhoused living here on Valley Avenue.
They made a comment about how they were going to be kicking people out of here. It feels like forever now. We've made home. We literally made it a home. We have to pick all that up.
The Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, has partnered with several local agencies to help those living in encampments on Valley Avenue find housing. HUD has developed a technical assistance team to provide emergency resources and necessary documents to apply for housing, such as IDs, housing vouchers, and case management.
It is actually a group decision. We've all been working as a team for the past really 6 months or more. We've worked here, we've been here all winter long talking with people. So it's important because we all believe that people really need a house. They deserve a roof over their head.
The city has attempted to clean up the area several times in the past. According to a release from the city of Bangor, many community members have pushed for the area to be cleaned up and free of encampments.
When we're homeless, everybody thinks bad of us about drug use. There's people that drive by yelling stuff and just awful things.
The cleanup of the Valley Avenue encampment is one of several of the city's response efforts to the homeless crisis. Homeless individuals will be provided with housing vouchers, but are still looking for landlords willing to accept those vouchers. Despite the uncertainty, members of the encampment say they are hopeful during this imminent change.
I hope we can finally get into an apartment. I have a 4-year-old son, so I'm trying to get him back in my life.
We're just going to keep trying until something becomes available to us, and we're just not going to give up.
In Bangor, AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
At the State House, a number of bills about welfare reform were discussed today at a public hearing. Asia Reed tells us why some are in support of the bills and why others are not.
Welfare reform at the center of 4 bills presented in front of the Health and Human Services Committee Friday. They're mostly focused on changing workforce requirements for able-bodied people ages 18 to 50 who don't have dependents, like requiring this population to work at least 20 hours a week. Senator Eric Brakey is sponsoring one of the bills. He says while there's a labor shortage and workforce participation rates falling below the national average, welfare programs need to be used as just a safety net, not a handout.
They were giving people a hand up, helping them get back on their own 2 feet and back into the workforce to achieve their highest potential, not keeping them trapped into cycles of poverty.
Senator Brakey says those who are physically unable to work wouldn't be impacted by his proposal. He says those capable of working would have a 3-month grace period with no expectations of working, volunteering, or job training.
But after 3 months, you got to get out there again. You got to go work part-time or volunteer or do job training, something that gets you off the sofa, back into the workforce.
The definitions of able-bodied do not match the reality.
Rebecca Lane, the community organizer for Good Shepherd Food Bank, opposes all 4 bills. Lane says she's been on and off Maine Care and SNAP for 13 years. Lane says she's disabled, but doesn't fit under the Social Security Administration's definition of a disabled person.
Due to my inability to meet the work or volunteer requirements, I lost all financial support.
Lane said her SNAP benefits were cut in half, and she had to turn to food charities to survive. Policy advocate for Maine Equal Justice, Alex Carter, says she is against all 4 bills.
While we share the goal of having a healthy, active workforce in the state, we do not believe that imposing work requirements for essential public benefits is going to achieve that goal.
The committee will be scheduling work sessions to discuss the bills further.
And that was Asia Reed reporting. Meanwhile, the president of a local firefighting union is shining a light on the difficulties many firefighters face when they need to receive workers' compensation benefits. Under Maine state law, it is presumed that firefighters who develop certain cancers did so as a result of their line of work, therefore qualifying them for those benefits. However, employers have the option to challenge claims, and almost always do, which ultimately draws out the process for sick applicants. A recent report by the Bangor Daily News shows 33 out of the 34 Maine firefighters who submitted cancer claims over the past decade were challenged by their employer. Bangor Professional Firefighters Local 772 President Jared Willey says many departments need to change the way they address the physical and mental health of firefighters.
Some of the departments in the state are archaic in their ways, mostly because of funding, which I can understand that, but some things need to be changed. These are human beings and their health, and with a diminishing work populace that's willing to fight fires and provide EMS, some change is going to happen.
Willey says these changes need to take place in order to attract more people into the profession. Certainly seeing a lot of struggles with recruitment, not just in fire departments, but police and EMS across the state and the nation. Yeah,
we've certainly been talking a lot about it in the law enforcement community. We hear about it all the time, especially on the volunteer basis in rural areas where they're really struggling to bring people on or keep them. Yeah. So it's certainly disappointing to hear that when they make that sacrifice, perform that public service, and then get sick, they may not be getting the support that they deserve.
Right. Yeah, and always good to shine a light on that and kind of talk about it more.
Push things along a little bit.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, let's take a look outside and get a first check of our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Prouty Auto Body. Prouty Auto Body, 26 Summer Street, Dover, Foxcroft. And all right, let's talk about temperatures today. Look at us, 50 here in Bangor, 45 Millinocket, 52 for Bar Harbor. So it's a very nice, near average day for us today. There were lots of clouds and some wind out there too, and it's going to get even warmer across the area tomorrow. All right, so the clouds are breaking up as we speak. They're all kind of going that way. And behind it, there's not much there, right? This is our weather for the holiday weekend, for tomorrow and for Sunday. Very nice conditions are on deck for us, and temperatures slowly getting warmer and warmer and warmer. Our forecast time for tonight, though, is mostly clear skies with low temperatures back in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
All righty, Jeff, thanks so much. And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a historic Maine windjammer is heading up for auction. We'll tell you why.
And the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office was recognized as a patriotic employer by the Secretary of Defense. Those stories and more after this.
What's the hardest thing about hitting a cycle?
The triple.
Do you think you could hit for the cycle?
I can do it.
Buy anything at Jordan's now, and if any Sox player hits for the cycle starting July 31st, it'll all be free. Experience the cycle at Jordan's.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Pepper's Landing is the definition of authentic Maine dining. Named in honor of our grandfather, the primary focus at Pepper's Landing is offering a variety of fresh, locally harvested seafood to all. We take pride in our quality and selection, but it doesn't end with just seafood. We also offer delicious selections of burgers, pasta, steaks, and more. So stop in to any of our locations and see what Pepper's Landing is all about.
LAFC, Austin FC, Saturday at 7:30 Eastern on Fox.
Hit away, right?
No.
Bunt.
No.
I don't get it.
Come on, Elo, pay attention.
Experience the cycle at Jordan's.
It's kind of like Homeward Bound meets a Hallmark movie.
A former foster dog from Bangor has turned into a social media sensation.
One time we were like, oh, what would Tatum's voice sound like? He came out with the Tatum voice and it has stuck ever since.
We'll tell you all about Tatum Talks, Tuesday on Fox 22 News at 10.
Welcome back. After unsuccessful efforts to secure a new owner, a historic Maine windjammer is going to public auction. The Keenan Auction Company announced that the Victory chimes will be auctioned off due to extensive work and expense needed to get U.S. Coast Guard certification and return to passenger service. The 127.5-foot, three-masted Chesapeake Ram schooner has been a staple of the Maine coastline since 1954. The vessel is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and has been designated a National Historic Landmark by the National Park Service. The online bidding begins on Sunday, April 23rd, and will end Monday, May 8th. For more details, go to KeenanAuction.com.
Maybe Pete and I can split the bill on that one. Alrighty, well, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office has received the Patriotic Employer Acknowledgement from the Office of the Secretary of Defense. The honor was issued for contributions to national security and protecting liberty and freedom by supporting employee participation in America's National Guard and Reserve forces.
Supporting our officers, both men and women, who serve not only here at the Sheriff's Office and serve our county, but we have many that are serving our country in the role of reserves or in the Guard.
I deployed from 2004 to 2006 to Balad, Iraq with the U.S. Army. It was important to me because when I came back, I was welcomed back with open arms. People appreciated it.
Sheriff Morton says he is proud and will continue to support the employees of the department that also choose to serve in the armed forces.
Some great recognition there, and it's always great to see, people able to serve and return home and have that job that they fit so well into and are able to go and be let go with and brought back with open arms.
I think it's great when any employer supports
Yeah.
their employees' ability to do that, because many people would like to serve in the reserves or maybe on a not less than full-time basis and don't think that they can. And I think it's a big deal that a recognition has come from that high up, that they've noticed that the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is so supportive of military service. That's awesome.
Yeah, great to see in our community.
Alrighty.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, tensions continue to rise between Washington and Beijing as the House plans to send a bipartisan delegation to Taiwan.
And we'll have a report on how electric vehicle charging stations could be vulnerable to hackers. All of those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
BuyAToyota.com is Toyota's official website for deals. See every official Toyota deal out there, including offers not seen on TV. buyatoyota.com when you officially want the best deal. Toyota, let's go places.
Life doesn't stop for diabetes. Be ready for every moment with Glucerna. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand that's scientifically designed to help manage your blood sugar. Live every moment. Glucerna. It's time to bring balance to business travel and discover the equilibrium that works for you. At National, you're in control. Skip the counter, choose any car in the aisle, and manage your rental right from the app. So you can mix work with leisure, or leisure with work, giving you the control to find the perfect balance. Go National. Go like a pro.
The Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub is world-renowned for beautiful dining with a delicious view. Come and enjoy the experience of their all-you-can-eat seafood dinner every Friday night now through April with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Simply call to make your reservation or order for takeout. You can also take your taste buds on a journey with their 5-course international menu, Tuesday through Thursday, for just $29.95 per person. The Lucerne Inn. Beautiful dining with a delicious view.
The Bristol Dirt Race. Easter weekend on Fox.
It's NASCAR on the dirt.
Some of the steepest bank turns on the circuit, covered in dirt, on a half-mile track, under the lights in prime time.
This is welcome to Thunder Valley.
Chaos will ensue.
Who's gonna save it? Holy cow!
The NASCAR Cup Series, Bristol, Easter Sunday on Fox.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
One of the most powerful lawmakers in Congress says the possibility of sending U.S. troops to Taiwan would be on the table if China invades. House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCaul is leading a bipartisan delegation to the island this week. Fox's Aisha Hasni is in Taipei with the latest.
Conflict's always a last resort.
House Foreign Affairs Chairman Michael McCaul doesn't want war. But if China invades Taiwan, he says the U.S. military could step in.
Speaker McCarthy and yourself have said that multiple times now, that we need to arm Taiwan now before there's any sort of invasion. What about U.S. troops?
I think, then you're talking about an authorized use of military force.
Would you support that?
If the American people support this, the Congress will follow.
So you're saying that the option to authorize war powers is on the table?
If Communist China invaded Taiwan, it would certainly be on the table and something that would be discussed by Congress and with the American people. Are they prepared to do this? Is Taiwan worth it? I can argue for a lot of reasons why it is.
That lines up with President Biden's repeated comments.
Would U.S. forces defend the island?
Yes, if in fact there was an unprecedented attack.
The White House has on several occasions now walked back those remarks, insisting the administration has made no such promises to Taiwan and hasn't pivoted from the one China policy. Taiwan is China's red line, the leading maker of advanced chips around the world and one of the few democracies in the Pacific. All important as the CCP tries to grow its influence. President Xi hosting French President Emmanuel Macron this week, giving him a generous state visit. Some say is a calculated move to woo an EU member state away from the U.S. But it's this tiny island, Chairman McCaul warns, Xi should back away from.
I believe he will try to influence this election, this presidential election, in Taiwan next January. If he does not prevail in that, then I think Plan B is going to be either a blockade or an outright invasion of the island. Either one does not end well.
And in the latest round of actions from China, the CCP announced that it has sanctioned the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library after it hosted a meeting between President Tsai and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. In Taipei, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
With more drivers hitting the road in electric vehicles, plug-in stations have popped up across the U.S. to keep them moving. But the network could be vulnerable to hackers. Fox's Greg Palcott has more from London.
More drivers are hitting the road in electric cars, and a sprawling network of plug-in stations across the country is keeping them running, a system that could be vulnerable to hacking.
Because generally these systems are not necessarily well secured.
This year, the Biden administration has committed $7.5 billion to install a network of 500,000 electric vehicle chargers. Zach Sapola is the CEO of Particle, which helps companies secure internet-connected systems like this.
At some point, there's going to be a hack. It's going to be publicized.
Sapola says hackers could steal personal data or cause chaos on a larger scale by impacting the electric grid.
I think that there's two ways. One is you can be affected on your own personal basis by having your credit card information stolen. There is a physical card reader. Same rules apply as a gas station to an EV charger. Just check it to make sure that it hasn't been tampered with. The second is if the grid is attacked or if the EV charger network is attacked.
These chargers, if they haven't been secured properly, create a weapon that others can use against our countries.
In the United Kingdom, Ken Monroe of Pentest Partners showed Fox News how easy it is to hack into the chargers.
This is one of the worst that we found.
This charger, manufactured by a Chinese company, uses serial numbers.
And it's that connection and that serial number that caused the security vulnerability.
That hackers could use to gain access and create a network of remote-controlled chargers.
It was made by a Chinese organisation that rebadged it into the UK. If you know that serial number, you can compromise this.
And that's a short serial number.
So once we've got a serial, or we can go up or down through different serials, now we can take control of different people's chargers. It's not about turning off one charger, it's about turning them all off and on together.
This could overload the grid, creating blackouts. While both the US and UK are heavily invested in an electric vehicle future, the UK right now is leading in regulating the security of chargers.
At this point, the best path forward is to copy what the UK is doing and just do it here.
The challenge now is how to keep a high-voltage electric car climate solution from becoming a new opportunity for a lot of high-tech hackers. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
Well, police have arrested suspects in the fatal shooting of 3 Florida teenagers. The Marion County Sheriff says all 3 deaths are connected. Fox's Jonathan Seri has more.
Florida police making 2 arrests in connection with the shooting deaths of 3 teenagers in Marion County. One of those suspects is just 12 years old. Authorities say they're now working to locate a 3rd juvenile.
We are shocked not only are the victims juveniles, but the murderers are juveniles as well.
Investigators say 16-year-old Layla Silvernail was found shot on the side of a road last month. She was taken to a hospital where she later died. About a half-mile away, police discovered a 17-year-old boy with a fatal gunshot wound. A 3rd victim was located inside Silvernail's car that was partially submerged in a lake. Police say at one point the suspects were in that vehicle before they turned on the victims.
That this group of juveniles were involved in committing burglaries and robberies, which they were referred to as a lick. Each and every one of them, in some shape or form, is associated with a gang.
They fled the scene but left behind a trail of evidence. Sheriff Billy Woods expressing his frustration with the increase in teen offenders.
The bad guy is going to get a gun no matter what law you have put in place. These juveniles shouldn't even possess a handgun. But they did.
Neighbors say the triple homicide has left them on edge.
This is not something that's common around here. I've lived in this neighborhood for 9 years, so it's really surprising.
More than a dozen detectives worked through this case, looking through both physical and digital evidence. In Miami, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
Well, there's been political fallout on the local and national levels after Republicans in Tennessee expelled 2 Democrats from the state house. Fox's Charles Watson has more from Nashville.
Democrats are calling it political retribution. Republicans say they're simply enforcing the rules. Plenty of strong reaction from both sides of the aisle a day after the Republican-led Tennessee legislature expelled 2 Democratic lawmakers. The GOP says it was a move meant to restore order after the representatives joined a protest on the House floor calling for more gun control following a deadly school shooting here in Nashville. Vice President Kamala Harris making an unscheduled visit to Nashville on Friday afternoon, saying she stands in solidarity with the expelled lawmakers. The Speaker of the Tennessee House dismissing criticism from local and national Democrats, including President Biden.
We have rules, we have decorum, we have process, we have procedures. Imagine if that happened on the congressional floor during his State of the Union address.
But Tennessee Democrats say this wasn't just about following the rules. Republicans voted to expel Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, who are both black, while the vote to expel a white lawmaker, Gloria Johnson, narrowly failed.
Our 2 young African-American brothers were unfairly prosecuted.
Most observers say this was a rare move. State legislatures, including Tennessee, have the power to expel members, but it's usually used in cases of personal misconduct.
It's an extraordinary action to undertake.
Under Tennessee law, Jones and Pearson are both eligible to run in special elections that will be held to pick their replacements. In Nashville, I'm Charles Watson, Fox News.
The Biden administration is touting today's March jobs report. It came in cooler than expected, but it's providing some economists hope that the Federal Reserve will pause any more interest rate hikes. Fox's Edward Lawrence now from the White House.
Heading into the Easter weekend, investors and economists have a lot of new data to review as they try to forecast the economic outlook. The March jobs report came in slightly cooler than expected, the economy adding 236,000 jobs and the unemployment rate dropping to 3.5%.
If you've got skills and you really want to work, you can find work. And so that's good news for the American worker.
The leisure and hospitality sector led the way, followed by government and professional and business services. The Biden administration touted the report.
When you look at the overall jobs numbers, another 236,000 jobs this month, 12.5 million over the course of the first 2.5 years. That's a strong record overall.
Meanwhile, there's still a lot of uncertainty lingering in the shadows following the collapse of 2 U.S. banks and widespread layoffs impacting some of the tech sector. All of this is putting pressure on the Federal Reserve to hit pause on any further interest rate hikes. They'll make that decision in May.
I really hope they pause because we are seeing slowdown in other sectors. So it does kind of feel like maybe a slow train wreck.
And next week, we'll get the March Consumer Price Index, another key inflation indicator the Federal Reserve looks at when raising rates. At the White House, Edward Lawrence, Fox Business.
It's still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. We'll have the latest news out of Hollywood, of course.
Of course. And in sports, Bucksport Baseball is gearing up for the season after winning their first state title in program history. We'll be right back.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Hey, Ralphie, how'd you sleep last night? You need to meet Bridget. Oh, Bridget. If any Sox player hits for the cycle starting July 31st, any mattress you bought will be free. Where you going?
To meet Bridget.
Experience the cycle at Jordan's.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in this state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit, any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
When the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The More True team works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
It's time to get down to the business of food, and I'm looking to invest.
$250,000.
Of my own money. It's not just an investment, it's a partnership. Each week, I'll put the best food entrepreneurs to the test.
It has 2.2 horsepower. That's like a go-kart.
Winners hustle and make tough decisions fast.
And drop the ball.
This was a profit challenge. I'm looking for my next food star. The person who I'll be investing in is
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars premieres Wednesday, May 24th on Fox.
You can always tell when Easter is coming when the peeps get broken out, and we're finding more tonight. More about the production of the holiday favorite tonight. Fox's Madison Allworth has more.
We got a peek inside the Peeps factory ahead of this Easter holiday. Americans are set to spend $3 billion on candy this Easter, and a lot of that will go towards these bunnies and chicks. Just Born, the privately owned family company behind Peeps, turned 100 this year. They say that their America-focused brand has helped them to survive.
Peeps are made right here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and that has actually helped us. A lot of retailers are leaning into manufacturers that are making their product in the USA because that helps with some of the supply chain issues that other companies are facing.
The strategy has also helped them hold on to talent in a competitive labor market.
I think that's really appealing for our community to have a company that is dedicated to this area. Of course, just like many businesses, we are experiencing turnover, although we have seen that it has slowed a little bit. Okay. But we are seeing continued demand for our products, so we're always hiring new associates.
Peeps is privately owned, so they won't share specifics on financials, but they did tell us that 5.5 million Peeps are made each and every day. That's around 2 billion made per year. Last year was their best sales year ever, and they expect this year to be even better. Despite inflationary pressures and a tightening consumer wallet, Peeps, a simple mix of sugar, corn syrup, gelatin, and air, are positioned to sell well because they're cheap. That's why I get so many on set for you. In New York, I'm Madison Allworth, Fox Business.
Well, former First Lady Michelle Obama shares her wisdom. Michael J. Fox opens up about his life and more. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin brings us the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
Hashtag relationship goals, and I'm like, I was mad at him in that picture.
Obama gets candid, Fox looks back, and Silverman goes for more laughs in the Hollywood Nation. Sarah Silverman is heading back to HBO. The comedian will return with her second stand-up comedy special for the network, premiering sometime in May. It will feature new material filmed in front of a live audience at the Wilbur Theater in Boston, Massachusetts. Her first HBO special, Sarah Silverman, We Are Miracles, earned her an Emmy for Outstanding Writing for a Variety Special.
What did it mean to be still?
I wouldn't know I was ever still. Michael J. Fox opens up about his life in today's First Looks. Apple TV Plus shared the trailer to Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. It will feature the actor looking back at his rise to fame with his Emmy-winning role on Family Ties and the hit film franchise Back to the Future. He also shares the highs and lows of his career after being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at 29 years old. The documentary debuts May 12th.
Michelle Obama!
And Michelle Obama sits down with Oprah Winfrey for an honest conversation in their new Netflix special, The Light We Carry. The event was filmed on the final stop of the former First Lady's book tour for her 2022 bestseller, The Light We Carry, Overcoming in Uncertain Times. Viewers will get a front row seat of Obama getting candid on a wide range of topics, including her time in the White House, her personal life, romance, and social issues. It premieres April 25th.
The light we carry is in all of us. It's our responsibility to share that light.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Alrighty, well, coming up, we have the full 5-day forecast, all the answers, things looking pretty peachy.
Yeah.
I'm a little excited.
I am too.
Alrighty, stay with us.
High temperatures up near 50 today. It'll be a bit warmer tomorrow, and 60s are back in the forecast for us next week. But when will it rain or snow again? Those details for you when I come back.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate.
The lives we lead, the journey that defines us, the dedication, passion, and teamwork in everything we do. Driven by the things we love. From the visions that lead us, the feelings that inspire us, to the roads that bring us together. Coastal Auto Parts, 29 locations in Maine, will get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
Hi, can you tell me how to get to Down East Toyota from here? Well, that's easy. All roads lead to Down East. Wherever you are in Maine this spring, head to Down East for the sweetest lineup of four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles. Just like the maple sap, the vehicles are now flowing in. Check the latest inventory and offers at downeasttoyota.com.
Getting some syrup to go?
Better hurry. Those Toyotas are selling like hotcakes. Down East Toyota on Wilson Street in Brewer.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate.
Let me make this right. You can tell me the truth.
Accused, Tuesday on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought by Varney Ford, the nice car and truck people. And all right, let's talk about temperatures today. The average high is in the upper 40s to low 50s. Most of us did that today. 50 here in Bangor, 52 for Bar Harbor. So a very nice day temperature-wise, or near average at least. But even warmer temperatures are on the way. In fact, we have a couple days next week back in the 60s around here. Are you ready for that? But it was windy today, right? We had wind gusts out of the west around 15 to 30 miles per hour, even a couple near 35 throughout the afternoon. These will begin to come down tonight, but it's going to take some time to kind of wind this system down. So overall, we'll keep things breezy through tomorrow, but less windy. All right, so looking outside now, we had lots of clouds pretty much throughout the day today, even a couple of sprinkles further north. But overall now, we have decreasing clouds across our area as our weather comes from the west. And look over here. There's just not much going on there. The big low, that one there, causing all the wind, is pulling away. It's hanging on to a few clouds across our area now. These will begin to break up tonight. So overall, we'll have decreasing clouds overnight tonight, landing on mostly clear skies by sunrise tomorrow morning. And then we have lots of sunshine back in the forecast for tomorrow. There are more things upstream, but likely this is not going to affect us until maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of next week. Until then, a long, dry stretch for us. I have not said that for a while. So if you want some rain, you're in the wrong space, because overall, we could see maybe a sprinkle later Wednesday night, but that's 1/10 of an inch, if that. And then we're dry into the weekend next, and overall, our snowpack, it's a pretty good snowpack still, right? 0 here in Bangor, but northwest of us, of course, there's feet of snow on the ground up here. The trick is now not to melt this too too quickly because then we could get some flooding concerns. So overall, 60s next week probably will melt things pretty quickly around here. We got to keep an eye on that. We don't want that flooding, of course, but overall with temperatures near 60, probably looking pretty good there. There are no 70s in our forecast, at least anytime soon. All right, so our forecast ends tonight, though, we're talking about mostly clear skies and still kind of windy or breezy out there. That northwest wind could gust near 30 with low temperatures back in the 20s. For tomorrow, all right, lots of sunshine tomorrow. Saturday, breezy too. Look for high temperatures, a bit cool for this time of the year. Cooler than today with a high near 42 with a northwest breeze around 10 to 25. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast, it gets better, right? So 50 on Sunday, Easter Sunday, Monday in the 60s, and we're going to stay there. Look at Tuesday, 64, Wednesday, 63. There is a chance for a couple rain showers late Wednesday night, and then overall we could cool down Wednesday into Thursday with a little bit cooler temperatures next week, Thursday into Friday. Beth?
So just a month or two ago, we knew what negative 43 felt like.
Yeah.
And now, like, what are the 60s going to feel like after this chilly winter?
Wow, it's going to feel amazing.
Yeah.
Just looking at that, it doesn't really get much better than that.
Yeah, no, I'm not even sure how I'll handle 60s at this point.
It's going to be great.
All righty.
Well, sports is coming up next with Tyler Cruz, with Brian Sudol. Stay with us.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Bath remodeling was revolutionized in this garage in 1984 when three brothers created the iconic bath fitter tub-over-tub process. A breakthrough then, the industry standard now, for beautiful baths without the mess, stress, or high cost. A better way from Bath Fitter means precise measurement, the highest quality acrylic, perfect preparation, and watertight installation backed by a lifetime warranty. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
You found the one. Peaks Hill Lodge in Dedham. Beautiful outdoor and indoor weddings and events in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. Dance the night away on our 1,100 square foot dance floor. Full service catering and cash bar. Peaks Hill Lodge. Contact us to schedule a tour and book your wedding today.
Welcome to Fantasy Island. The island is free to show our guests possibilities.
You ready? Let's do this.
Dip your toe in the water. Have a little fun. Let's get started. There is so much here for you. All you have to do is take it.
Fantasy Island, Mondays on Fox, or watch anytime on Hulu.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's kick things off on the diamond. Bucksport Baseball took down Lisbon in the Class C state finals a year ago. They have a good core of returners back and they're hoping to make another run at it. Tyler Cruz has the story.
Yeah, 2 in a row would be amazing. It would really show, how well our coaches are put together and how well they put together our program, how much time they put in and how much baseball really means to them, Bucksport Baseball.
After winning their first state title in program history a year ago, Bucksport Baseball is reloading and hoping to contend for another.
That would be awesome just because last year, first time ever going as a school, and then we won, and nobody really thought we were. But if we do it again, I think it's even more of an underdog statement.
And it all starts in the BHS gym, with the little details that build a winning program.
We get a lot of reps in. You get groups of 2, and then you can just focus on the ball and really focus on your technique.
Just getting a lot of reps on the tee, you can working inside the zone, outside the zone, knowing what you're doing, adjusting to pitches. It's a little different than being outside, but being inside, you can get a lot more reps and work on your own craft.
The Bucks graduated a handful of seniors a year ago, but they have a great group of returners up and down the order who know what it takes to win.
This year, our outfield should be very good. Last year was very good. Infield, our short and second, our duo, that will be really good. Gavin's going to be a great pitcher. He's got some shoes to fill, but he's up for the challenge.
We have a really solid fielding team, but we did lose a lot of power hitters, but we have a lot of really solid hitters. Just not home run hitters, but really good single-double hitters.
And they've all been together since they were in instructional ball. So that creates quite a loose environment, but they know when to turn it on.
It's amazing. Every day we come in here, have a good laugh, but we still get what we need to get done. You know, we have two coaches that really harp on hard work.
We've all been together since Little League, as little kids playing together, so we all got good chemistry. We're all great friends.
It is a blast, yeah. We have a really good team, and it's just a really fun environment because our main goal last year was if you stay chill, then you win. It's just the right mindset. I think we have a really nice mindset, and we all have fun every time we come to practice.
Reporting from Bucksport, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Let's stay on the diamond now. Husson softball started conference play on Friday, and the Eagles have really found it lately. They closed out non-conference on a 4-game winning streak before hitting the road to start NAC play and dominating NVU Johnson in a doubleheader on Friday. Sitting at 12-10 after one of the nation's toughest non-conference schedules, Husson's last few wins have really helped them find their swagger, and that's going to be key in the second half of the year.
I think it gave us a really good, confident team win. That definitely was a tough win. We didn't expect to be pushed back that hard, I believe, but it gave us a really good confidence boost that we can come back from any deficit.
It's just trying to find our swagger again. I think it's been taking a little longer this year. Florida and Virginia, like I said, was really tough, so I think some of us got in our heads a little bit, but I think finding that confidence in each other, in ourselves, is really key.
If last year means anything, Husson is going to welcome the NAC part of their schedule with open arms. The Eagles went 9-1 in conference play last spring en route to another conference title and regional berth. This year, they feel confident they can come away with the same result if they work for it because of the depth of the roster they have.
I believe showing that we can win as a team and that we have a roster of 23 really great players that at any moment can step up and get the job done.
We're young, but I still think that we have a lot of depth. I mean, they've been getting a lot of playing time and have been proving it that they deserve to be out there no matter what the position or who we're playing. So I think that the depth really brings everything for us.
Okay, now let's head up to Orono, where Maine baseball played the first game of their weekend series against Albany Friday. Black Bears looking to go to 7-0 in America East play. Maine has won 6 of their last 7 meetings with the Great Danes, and they got out to a great start. In the second inning, runs for the Black Bears came off of a hit-by-pitch, bases-loaded walk, and 2 wild pitches. That one scores Jake Reynes to make it 4-0 after 2. Next inning, 5-0 now. Jeremiah Jenkins at bat. He hits a base hit to center, and Dylan McNary and Jake Reynes behind him will score. It is 7-0. 2 batters later, it's Jake Marquez. He's going to get under this one deep into left field. It will drop for a double that scores Quinn McDaniel and Jenkins. 9-0 Black Bears. It would be 12-0 after 3. To the 4th, 13-0. Dean O'Neill at the plate. He rolls one right down the left field line. Connor Goodman and Miles Sargent will cross home. It's 15-0 Maine. Black Bears continue rolling and win 20-4. They're 7-0 in conference. Okay, here's a sure sign of spring. Herman Meadow Golf Club is getting ready for their opening day on Saturday. The golf course announced on Friday that they would be opening the season Saturday at 9 a.m. Normally in early April, Herman Meadow opens a spring 9. This year it's a spring 8, with the 8 holes being open to walkers only. Golf course owner John Snier says the course is in great shape, and a lot of that is thanks to Mother Nature.
It really looks pretty good. We didn't have much frost in the ground out there, and the whatever ice we had melted off well. We go out in the wintertime and clear the greens to get the ice to melt off. But it seemed to melt off really well, and it seems really good.
Snier says they will continue to open up the rest of the course as weather gets better and better. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Triple S Tax Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel. Come stop by for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Life doesn't stop for diabetes. Be ready for every moment with Glucerna. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand that's scientifically designed to help manage your blood sugar. Live every moment. Glucerna.
We've got your back, road warriors, because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road. And we're helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals, and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
Single, double, triple, homer.
If any Sox player hits for the cycle starting July 31st, it'll all be free.
You can do it.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter, a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community. I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The Bristol Dirt Race. Chaos will ensue. The NASCAR Cup Series, Bristol, Easter Sunday on Fox.
Finally tonight, this Easter Sunday, the Unitarian Universalist Society of Bangor will host its Spring Food Collection. On the second Sunday of every month, the church holds a food drive to support community members in need. Those who donate during this Sunday's drive will be treated to a concert played on the church's chimes.
And in addition to the food drive itself, we also have some wonderful chimes in the top of the church, and so somebody will play a chimes concert while the food drive part is going on downstairs. And it's really beautiful, and people love to listen to it.
People are invited to drop off their donations this Sunday between 11:30 a.m. and noon at the church located at 120 Park Street in Bangor. Just a great initiative that they do every month, but definitely an added bonus for those who want to come out.
Treated to a little music.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really wonderful to hear those chimes, especially coming from the top of that church there.
Well, and with all these initiatives, you just hope that they get everything they need and then some, because the need for those services is so unprecedented.
Yeah, it is
so
great.
we hope they're actually absolutely flooded with donations.
Yes, we do.
Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for us, folks. From everyone here at Fox 22, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC 7.
Jonathan, now 33 years old, is currently behind bars at the Ironwood State Prison in Blythe, California.
Jonathan is occupied in prison in an administrative capacity, and he's also participated in prison ministry.
And you're convinced that he told the truth?
Absolutely, and I think 12 people on the jury saw it the same.
Jonathan killed Robert on his own. An absolutely manipulative monster took our Robert's life. And Sabrina is paying the price for it.
I believe Sabrina only used Jonathan to get what she wanted, and still is not admitting her part in all the circumstances that revolved around my brother's death. These are my brother's ashes. It's a way to always keep him close to my heart. He was my baby brother, and he's just no longer with us, but I can keep his memory